Hello friends, good morning. You are welcome to this lecture. Today we want to talk about national income accounting. National income accounting. It's going to be a very interesting lecture. I would want you to embrace it with all enthusiasm. Alright, so national income is the total of all incomes accruing over a period of time to residents of a country and consisting of wages, salaries, profits, rents, and interest payments to residents of the said country. What have I said? I'm saying that national income is if we have a country, all the money the country has is basically what national income is. So it consists of the wages people receive, the salaries, the profits, the rents, the interest payments that goes to the residents of that particular country. It has a number of dimensions we will explore anyway. So let's look at a typical, when we started this lesson, we talked about the circular flow of income. Now this is how it works. Let's start with factor owners. Factor owners are households, those who own all the factors of production. Household own land, household own labor, entrepreneur, capital, and everything. So what they do is they are in the factor market. In the factor market, they give out these factors to the firm. In other words, they give factor services to the firms. So the firm receives these factor services and the firm must make payments for these factor services. So these factor services are paid for in the form of factor income, and that is what they receive. The factor services, for instance, land. When land is given to the firm must pay rent. When capital is given to the firm must pay interest. When entrepreneur is given to the firm must pay profit. And the other one, land, okay, and when labor is given to the firm must pay wages and salaries. So when the firm receives these factors of production, what the firm does is it transforms these factors of production into goods and services. And these goods and services are given to consumers. So when the goods and services are given to consumers are also supposed to purchase or make payment for these goods and services, and that is expenditure. So what do we realize? When they make expenditure, the expenditure becomes the revenue of the firm. This is how it works. So let's look at some few things. Factor owners receive factor income. The income they receive is the cost of the firms. The firms pay for it. Now the firm receives revenue, but it is an expenditure of consumers. So this is just a two-sector economy, assuming the economy is not an open economy. You understand the reason why we've discussed this. So we want to differentiate between GNP and GDP. GNP is gross national product. Gross national product, and GDP is gross domestic product. The total value of market prices of final goods and services produced by the citizens of an economy is in a specific period of time is the gross national product. What I want you to take note is the word national. National means the citizens of a country. So for gross national product, it takes the total value of all goods and services produced by citizens of a country, irrespective of where the citizens are, whether the citizens are in the country or they are in other countries. It takes the value of all that they have produced. So it doesn't include what has been produced in the country by non-citizens. For instance, in Ghana, there are a number of people. There are some people from China. There are some people from Lebanon and others who also engage in production of goods and services. For gross national product, it doesn't take the value of the goods they have produced. It takes the value of the goods Ghanaians have produced. So what Ghanaians have produced in Ghana, and even Ghanaians who are in America, Canada, who are also producing, gross national product takes the value of what they have produced. Unlike gross national product, gross domestic product takes the total value at market prices of final goods and services produced within the country or within the domestic boundary of the country, irrespective of who produced it. So far as it was produced in Ghana, it is included in gross domestic product. This difference is very important. The next thing we will look at is for gross national product and gross domestic product. Both of them are flow concepts. That means they change over time. Every quarter, that is every 3 months, if you take the gross domestic product or the gross national product, you realize that it has a different figure. In calculating or in computing the gross national product and the gross domestic product, please take note that resale of existing houses are not included. Maybe you have a house and you bought that house and you are selling it to someone else. It is not included. Why is it not included? Because when you bought it, it was an expenditure you made. So if you are reselling it, you have made that expenditure already. If we count the income you are gaining from selling it, it is a double count, right? So it is not included. Sale of used cars is also not included. Why? Because the cars, when they were not used, they were sold. So if you are reselling it after using it for a while, it is double counting. And existing shares. Shares is you being a part owner of a company. It's a purchase, or it's money you put in a company to be a part owner of that company. So now if you have those shares and you are reselling it to someone, it is a double expenditure. So that one is also not included. But what is included? Commission or broker's fee. If a broker does some service for you and he charges you a fee, it is included. Or because it is not a resale, this is income he is getting from the service he is rendering. The next is imputed rents of owner-occupied dwellings. So if I rent out my apartment to someone, the rent I receive is an income I'm receiving, which is not a resale. I'm not reselling a house I bought, but this one is a rent I'm receiving. So that is also calculated as part of the gross national product and the gross domestic product. If you remember, I said that for the factor owners, they give out land for rent, and the rent is an income they receive, so rent is included. Now, capital gain, one thing to note, according to Ivan Fisher, is that capital gain is not income. Capital gain is not income. So gaining having some benefit on capital you have is different from income. Only the interest earned from the capital gain can be considered as income. So if you are working in a company and you have been able to build another factory, it is not included as part of the national income. If the extra factory earns you more profit, then that profit is considered as income, but not the capital gain. The next difference we want to look at is the difference between real GNP, nominal GNP, and per capita income. Alright, nominal, anytime you hear nominal, nominal takes the monetary value of something. So the monetary value of the money I have is my nominal income. But real talks about the what it can purchase, the monetary value. For instance, if you have income, the wage you receive, your salary you receive is your nominal income, but what the salary can purchase is your real income. So if prices go high, that means your real income will fall, although your price your salary is still the same. So real GNP, real gross national product, is normally nominal gross national product divided by the GNP deflator. The GNP deflator is like the price of commodities in an economy put together. The average price of commodity, it is like the average price of commodities in an economy put together. So that's the difference. There's a difference between real GNP and nominal GNP. And the next I would want you to know is per capita income. Per capita gross national product. I believe it's something you've heard before. Anytime we talk about per capita, it means that particular thing we are talking about divided by the population of the country. So per capita gross national income is gross national income divided by the population size. It also means that if the the money as an economy we have, if it is shared among all the people in the economy, what will everyone get from the national cake? That is per capita gross national product. Now, how do we measure national income? There are three approaches in measuring national income. The first approach is the income approach. The income approach. The income approach uses the net national product as factor cost. All these will be explained for you to get it. And actually, the net national product as factor cost is what gives a clear summary of what national income is. So that is the income approach, and we also have the output approach. So the income approach talks about the income people have received in the economy, all the factors of production have received in the economy. And we have the output approach. The output approach talks about the value of goods and services produced in the country. So that one uses the gross domestic product at factor cost. Output approach, because it is produced within the country, we use the gross domestic product at factor cost. And the expenditure approach concentrates on the gross domestic product at market prices. Expenditure is how much was spent to get that commodity. So we use the market prices of all that have been produced in the country. Alright, let's pause here and continue in the next slide. Thank you.